Hi students. All right. I have my first example of the grid photo project, and this is a compilation of photos that I took when I went over to a nearby park. And this is kind of the most basic version of what you can do. I've taken a main photo, like a landscape large photo of the place that I was at, and then I've added selections or the full-size photo depending on what it was that I took the picture of, resized and placed in a way that I think is interesting and kind of goes with what's already here. So in this case, I'm not doing a whole lot of editing to any of the photos. I'm just placing them here. So to give you an example of how I do that, imagine I've placed a few and I want to add one more. I'll just go File, Place, and then here I've got my folder full of pictures that I took at this park. It's called Wagner Creek Park. The one I want to add is, I think this one here with the fence things that are reddish, fence posts. I think that'll be cool. So here it's placed it huge, and you can tell that it's not final because it has this huge X. You see how it has an X there. So one thing that I'm doing is I'm holding down Shift. This allows you to resize something without losing the correct proportion of the picture. So if I don't hold down Shift, it could get really, really skinny or really, really fat and be distorted and weird looking. You don't want that to happen. It's better to keep it the correct proportions. So if you continue to hold down Shift until you get it to the size you want it, I think I want this slightly smaller, about right there. So now I'm just going to let go of everything, and now it's down in this small size. If I put my mouse over it, notice that it becomes like an arrow. That means that then now I can drag and move the photo. I want to put it like right here next to these others, and it looks like it needs to still be a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I'll start it with it right here, and then I'm going to hold down Shift again, and I'm going to make it even smaller than it was. Okay, that's really cool. And then make sure, see how right now it's not working and it's like an arrow with a little bullseye? Leave that bullseye where it is. You don't want to play with that because that just makes it harder when you try to rotate a picture. And so you just don't click on it. If you accidentally click on it, just unclick and click on back onto it until you get this correct arrow like you can see right now. So I think right about there seems really good. Now, if I wanted to, there's another way that you can arrange something after you've placed it here. So notice, like, if I have it right in the corner, it's the make smaller and bigger arrows, but if I move it a little bit away from the corner, it becomes these two arrows that mean rotate the image. So now, because it has those icons, if I click, it's going to start rotating the image. Another thing you can do when you're rotating the image is press Shift, and it'll automatically line up to an even amount of tilt or non-tilt. So in this case, it's exactly turned sideways 90 degrees. But I don't actually want it like that. So if you do something like that, like you resize it and you accidentally let go and it's in this weird shape and you don't like it anymore, you can just press Control Z and it will undo the last action that you did. So if you mess up, just remember to pause and then do the one last thing you need to do. So here I've got this, and I think it's in a good placement, and I'm ready. So now it's not done. It still has the X's. So I need to right click with my mouse And then you get this option, and this is helpful too if you just want to turn it 90 degrees or 180 degrees or whatever. You can tell it to do it just right here from the menus, which is really nice. And also there's some other options here. So if you're trying to do something interesting, which I encourage you to do for this project, I definitely want you guys to be creative about your photos. Let me know and I'll help you with that. But right now I'm ready, so I'm just going to press place. So now you can see the X is gone and it's all kind of looking like one big piece. And I think that's a cool little addition. I like lining it up with this fence post. So what I've done in this particular project, when I was thinking about it, is I tried to line things up so they seem kind of natural. So I really liked the textures on some trees that I took pictures, close-ups of the bark, and then I also really liked the dead leaves look, and I thought it would be cool to replace this dark fence with some different textures and beautiful photos. So I placed each of those there as part of that, and then this one I captured a spider on a fern and I thought it looked super neat, and I thought that that would be a cool thing for something more interesting than this road piece right here. This tree, I lined it up so that it lines up with the tree that was there, but it represents some of the cool ponderosa pine trees that are also at this park. And then here I've got a stand of cottonwoods that's down by the creek, which is actually right down here off the page. So I thought that would be a really cool picture. Here, this is some of the fresh green grass in the sun. It was just really pretty, and I thought that it was a nice representation of that to go right here with this grassy part on the edge of the picture. So yeah, so that's what I've done with this one. I've taken several different photos, some close up and some far away, and combined them all into one composition that's interesting and I think kind of represents the park that I was at. So I hope that that helps you understand a bit about what you could do for this project and what you might want to do with your photos you've taken. Thanks.